everyone, it's Ruby, and welcome to my room. So this is where I'm going to be filming my videos from now on, and it is very, very exciting, I know. However, I don't think I'm going to be doing a room tour because there's some things I like to keep private and off the internet, and my room is one of them because it's like, it's my personal space, and it's kind of where I go to be alone and kind of be in my own place and do my own thing. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing a room tour. So don't request it because I don't know if I will. I don't think I'm going to. I am going to a party in like 20 minutes, so I have like my makeup on and stuff, and I have a really fancy, or not fancy, but nice outfit on under this, and I threw a sweatshirt over it because I don't know, I'm really cold right now, and so it's kind of a chill video right now, you know. I'm in a big black sweatshirt and a scarf, and I'm just really comfy, so yeah. Oh, and before I start this video, if any of you guys are wondering where this ring is from, it's from H&M. It's a double finger ring and it looks like a leaf. It was about $5 or $6, so it's a reasonable price and I really like it. I think it's very unique and I've been wearing it every day. These have become my everyday rings. Like if you see me at school, you know that I wear these rings every single day and they just go with everything that I own. This ring my aunt gave me for my bat mitzvah. No, it is not a wedding ring. And then this is just the ring from H&M. So these have quickly become my everyday rings and you will probably see me in them in every single video. Anyways, today for my Ruby Likes to Ramble video, my topic is siblings. I hope that this video is helpful, and just remember, if you guys have any other topics you guys want me to talk about in my Ruby Likes to Ramble series, leave them down below. And if you guys don't know and are new to this series, Ruby Likes to Ramble is my advice series to you all, where I kind of just give advice that you guys want me to give my opinion on. So anyways, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so a little note before starting, I am the older sibling out of me and my sister, so some of my situations might be different than yours if you're a younger sibling, but I'm an older sibling, so yeah, that's just like a little side note before we get into the video. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is age difference. Age difference is a very huge factor about for whether you argue a lot with your sibling or not. At least I feel it is. Age in general also matters because the older you get, obviously the more you mature, so the older you get, the less you're going to argue with your sibling. Part of it could contribute to age difference because my sister and I, we are 2 years apart. I'm 13, almost 14, and she is 11, gonna be 12 in July. So it might not seem like a big gap, but it actually is. Like when I'm 14 and she's 12, it might not seem like that big of a deal, but I'm gonna be in high school and she'll be in middle school, and that's kind of a big gap, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely bigger than it seems. For some, the closer you and your sibling are in age, the more you guys get along, but you are also, even if you're like really close in age and you get along really well, you are going to have your fair share of arguments. Everybody does. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is independence. As siblings get older, especially once they're in their teens, they want to become more independent, and by that I mean do things separately from their siblings. Like instead of hanging out all the time, they kind of might want to, you know, do separate things, be their own person, especially when you get into your teens. Big note there. Once you get into your teens, you're like, I want to be independent, you know? Whatever. So here are some tips on kind of how to be more independent and yet stay close to your sibling at the same time. So the first thing is friends. When you're hanging out with friends, your sibling can definitely maybe kind of want to join in, and you might not want that at all. So I know for me, when my friends come over, sometimes my sister wants to hang out with us, but me and my friend want our own time together without my sister like kind of interrupting. So here's a really good compromise. When you hang out with your friends, do your own thing, you know, you and your friend go off and do your own thing, but for at least one activity, include your sibling. This is going to make sure that nobody's feelings gets hurt, but at the same time, you're able to do your own thing, hang out with your friend, and then you're able to include your sibling. So your sibling doesn't get upset because they couldn't hang out with you. So it's like a happy win-win kind of situation. The second thing I want to talk about is rooms. This is a biggie. If you're able to, it's a really good idea for siblings to have their own separate rooms. I mean, when you're little and you're like up to the age of 5, I feel like it's okay to have the siblings share a room because you're not like you're not wanting to do your own thing at that point. Like at that point, you're sibling and you are just getting along fine. But then once you become older and a teenager, you kind of want separate rooms. So if you're able to, it's definitely a good idea to get separate rooms, because your room is your place to go and be alone and kind of just reflect on the day, maybe have a cool down if you're kind of mad. But it's okay if you aren't able to have your own separate rooms. There's nothing wrong with sharing a room with your sibling in any way. I'm just saying, I think it's a good idea if you can, when you're older, to have separate rooms. Me and my sister have separate rooms. But if you do have to share a room with your sibling, here are some tips. First tip is set boundaries. However, do not draw a line across your room saying, this is my side, this is your side. Do not cross, or else you get set on fire. Because let's be honest, that's just a little extreme. What I mean is, instead try sectioning off a place in your room, example, your bed, and let your sibling know that once you're in this place, you cannot be bothered. This way, once you're in this place, so say it's your bed, you can have some time to yourself without your sibling interrupting your thinking time, and you can have some time alone. If option number one isn't kind of your thing and you think that your sibling's really not going to follow this rule, here's a similar choice. Choose a time, a specific time every day, say from 4 to 5:30, and during that time your sibling cannot interrupt what you're doing. This gives you a time also, like if you have to do homework, for your sibling not to bother you, but also it gives you time to kind of have your own personal time, and you don't have to be bothered by your sibling or anything, and your sibling won't interrupt what you're doing. Last thing I want to cover is arguments. So arguments are something that happens between all siblings, and when it comes to arguments between siblings, it can kind of tend to be about silly things that gradually go bigger and bigger and bigger until you have this huge argument. So here are my tips when it comes to arguments between siblings. The first one is be the bigger person. If you're arguing over something silly, just be the bigger person if the argument is about something silly. Like seriously, don't argue and keep arguing about who gets the last cherry popsicle. Just don't, please. It's pointless. If it's a more serious argument, the main tip I have is to stay calm, because do not climb the ladder. And what I mean by that is you start to yell, your sibling yells louder, you yell louder than that, and she or he, your sibling, yells louder than that. Don't climb the ladder, keep calm. That's my motto. It will help. Just keep it in your head when you're arguing with your sibling, and just keep calm. Just remember also that raising your voice is not the answer. It's not going to get you what you want any sooner or any faster than it would if you just keep your voice at a normal level. And just try to stay calm, and remember not to get super angry and just totally lose your temper and just go crazy on your sibling, because that's not classy. Alright, so these are my tips on siblings and kind of how to be more independent from them and how to deal with arguments between siblings. I really hope that this video helped. Leave your request for what Ruby Likes to Ramble video you guys want to see next, and I will see you all in my next video. Please subscribe and help me get to 1,000. It would mean the world to me, and I'll see you all later. Alright, bye!